Darren here. Lesson of the day is tire dressing. This is an area where the industry has you being led by your nose through marketing and advertising. And this is where society has been trained that more is always better. When it comes to tire dressings, it's a very convoluted thing because there's so many options. You've got Black Magic, Meguiar's, 3 different products from Armor All, clear spray-ons, you've got the foam kind in a can, and you've got Armor All Original. And then I've got my 2 products that I recommend over here, which are a true water-based dressing that's hyper dressing. Before we can dress, we have to clean. So this is my cleaning section over here with different applicators, and I'll get into that. Tires are about 2 months old, sits in the garage. I have applied 1 coating of dressing on it in 2 weeks, and that was the hyper dressing, water-based dressing. Why do I prefer water-based over a silicone or solvent-based dressing? Because in my opinion, professionally, dressing is meant as a sacrificial layer, which means that it's meant to come off. So at that point, it's really about visual enhancement. I like shine to the tires. It makes the car or truck or SUV, whatever, pop. The problem is if I pick one of these products that is meant to last longer because they have solvents or silicones in them, they are resistant to breaking down. How do I do it? I simply shoot the degreaser on the tire. This has been diluted down 4:1. Once again, I have a water-based dressing on here. I'm going to simply spray. This is my old tire scrubber, which gets excessively dirty and grungy. This is my new version that I'm going to test out. It's actually made by Clorox. So I douse it, I scrub it, and then I spray it. If my water was on, I could spray it, but my water's not on. But because I forgot to turn the water on, I'm just gonna wipe it, which leads me to another conclusion. You can actually do this without water. This is how I save time, because I know that my degreaser will break down this dressing very easily. So I can literally spray this, agitate it, and wipe it dry just like this. And pay attention to the details, and it's done. I don't have to worry about a residue or anything like that. Of course, I can use water if I want to, but if I use water on my wheel and my tire, guess what I have to do next? I have to blow it off with a blower, which takes additional time and effort. Now let's pretend that you had a big, heavy buildup. Even this used straight and not diluted down will still be difficult to remove that brown, greasy, grungy buildup if it's that excessive. So you can take rubbing alcohol, I actually get this from Costco, shoot it straight onto a rag, and you can clean your sidewall, and you can take the time to detail out all the numbers and letters, really remove very thoroughly 100% of the shine, the dressing, and now you just have a completely fresh sidewall in which to dress the tire. Okay, so we've cleaned it off. What I'm now going to experiment with is this sponge that I got at Target. It actually was about this wide, and I cut it in half because this is, you know, what I would call a usable size. I've got my hyper dressing that I spray directly onto the sponge. A lot of performance tires will have a lip that hangs over the wheel. This does not. This tire is actually wider than the wheel itself. Back to the applicator. Looks like it's going to actually work. And what I like about the sponges is that I can rinse them out each time, which I do, and it keeps them fresh and it keeps them clean. If you like the idea of a water-based dressing based on what I've said, as a rule they will perform better in the direct sunlight. I don't know why, but on hot tires in the direct sunlight it will create more of a shine. You can do repeat applications to create a very uniform, shinier shine. Also, if you really wanted to, if you just spray this like you do a wheel well directly onto the tire, and you have a very fine mist sprayer, and you just let it sit. Now it will show some white because this is a white liquid, but that will turn into clear, and it will just create an ultra shiny look to it. and you still have a water-based dressing. Of course, you're going to have overspray on the wheels, maybe on the paint, so that's the trade-off for that. To me, this is an acceptable shine. You want to make sure you mop up any excess dressing so that when you roll down the street, it doesn't splatter everywhere, because that is a problem with virtually every dressing. You can even go over it with a rag and just kind of blot it dry, and find that winning balance between a dress tire or too much dressing.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good.